Hey guys, I'm RozaldVaneGAME, and welcome back to another episode of Virtue's Last Reward, or VLR, or Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. Last episode, we basically went through some very familiar things. We got out of the room for the control room, and then we went to the warehouse because Dio was being an idiot as always. Excuse me. And then, suddenly, Quark goes into Radical 6 mode again, so we were just kind of rerunning almost the same exact scene that we saw in the first playthrough, but the difference was that everybody's room was different this time, so the laboratory was not actually one of the selected 3 rooms for this particular run through, so that technically is the most unique part. But we're here in the archive for the first time because Alice ran off like she did in the first playthrough, and we can't really stop her, unfortunately, so we might find her dead body eventually. Which is going to be unfortunate. But we're almost closing in on the end of this path, so let's just progress through it and see if we can progress through whatever. So, yeah. So this is the first time we're seeing the archives. We've never been to the archives yet before, until this time. So, yeah. So we're getting a preview of what the archives will look like when we arrive at it at a different branch, whenever that comes up. So, this is the archives, huh? Kay, Quark, and Alice searched this room. It is fascinating to see that Quark and Alice were in this room together, so... Damn. So... Nothing here either. We need to find her quick, or she's gonna do something. Something bad. If she loses like Quark did, and nobody's around to stop her. Crap, I need to hurry. I decided to try the garden where Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio had gone after passing through the door. Oh, I see. So the connecting rooms were not that far off from the bee garden. That's interesting that they didn't connect that far off. And we can take that route to this part of the area, which is weird. I'm pretty sure Alice is dead here. The first thing I noticed when I stepped inside was the smell. Honestly, I do think that Alice does die in this space, because I remember one of the flashbacks in this playthrough, in playthrough number 1, which is the first half of this playthrough technically, this part of the playthrough 4, I'm calling this playthrough 4, was that Alice does die. Similarly to when we saw in playthrough 3, which is basically getting stabbed by a knife. But at this point, she's dying to a scalpel, rather. Plant life was everywhere, and the air was filled with fresh scent of it growing, underlaid with the sweet, dry tones of dead leaves underfoot. While the air outside had been dry and harsh, and here it was warm and wet, like a forest after a spring rain. Just like Clover said, plants and stuff everywhere. I walked slowly down the path, still slightly stunned. Most of the facility had been cold, dull metal, but this path was positively verdant. Man, hard to believe there's something like this out here. In here. What the hell is this even for? As strange as the garden was, Alice needed to be my priority. I reined my thoughts back in and continued down the path into the grass. I'd only gone a few steps when I stopped short. What? Oh, she's already gone. Alice!
Ah, Sigma ka. Yoku kite kureta na. Tasukatta yo.
Huh?
私もついさっきここにやってきたところなんだ。
Yeah, this is part of that one flashback, I think. Because we do know that Phi does find Alice, and then later on, more problems gonna arise, and it will result in the bomb detonating and killing everybody in this place anyways.
そうしたらご覧の通り、アリスが倒れててな。それで、これから医務室に運ぼうかと。
Then she's, alive.
あ、
Right, oh right, yeah. We did find Phi with Alice last time too. In the first playthrough, yeah, because we found her knocked out, basically. Alice basically fainted because she probably panicked a lot and then her brain just shut down.
呼吸、脈拍、ともに正常。目立った外傷もないから。
So she's just unconscious.
そうらしい。
What about the scalpel?
持っていないようだ。途中のどこかで落としたんじゃないか。
Maybe.
とにかく、こいつを医務室へ運ぼう。さあ、手伝ってくれ。
Right.
いや、その前に、
Hmm?
一つだけ大事なことを伝えておこう。お前はまだ気づいていないようだから。
How so? What? What?
右を見ろ、シグマ。
Am I right or you're right?
そう、右だ。
Oh, another bomb. This is number 1 too. So this is the first one. We know where there's 3 of them. One of which is here. Number 2 was shown up in the cruise quarter as always. And so number 3 ended up being in the laboratory, I believe, at one point. So we know that there's 3 of them. And we know where all 3 of them sits. So, yeah. What the hell? This is a bomb.
そうだ。言うまでもなく、キャビンにあったものを誰かが移し替えたというわけではない。両者は全くの別物だ。見ろ。爆弾に番号が記されている。
It says a 1. The one in crew quarters said 03. Okay, yeah, okay. So 02 would be the lab, I guess. Crap. Then there's no question, huh?
しかも、それだけではなさそうだ。03と01が発見されたわけだから、当然。
You're saying there's a number 2 bomb out there somewhere.
断言はできないが、おそらく。
Damn it. That means that we're talking about an explosive the size of 3 tons of TNT.
そうだな。
Who said it there?
このビオトープを探索したのは、四つ葉、天明寺、ディオの3人だ。
I don't think that anybody said it there besides Zero. The reason why I think that's the case is because of the fact that number 2 is missing, and number 2 was last seen in the laboratory in the first playthrough, because we kind of went through there to get the cure duplicated. And so there's a third one here. So I'm assuming we're going to find it again when we go back to the first playthrough to finish that path out, because Alice is in the garden with us, talking about her past in full. And it makes sense that once we figure out the password, we would be able to fully reveal what's going to happen. And that we won't get blown up, maybe, potentially, because Alice does kind of get involved very deeply with this particular path, I think.
だが、他の者たちでも設置するのは可能だっただろう。私たちが来る前に、ここを訪れた者がいるとしたら。とにかく、今はアリスを運ぶ方が先だ。シグマ、手を貸してくれ。
Alice was lighter than I thought. Or lighter than I expected. And Fi and I managed to set off towards the infirmary at a brisk trot. Alright. Back to the infirmary we go. And knocked out.
皆さん、よく聞いてください。さっきと同じように、アリスさんの体にスキャンをかけてみました。アダム、生体の自動診断解析装置を使って。
それで結果は？
クオーク君と同じです。アリスさんもラジカル6に感染していることが分かりました。
That was expected. I don't know why everyone's like surprised though. Sorry, I'm yawning because I'm a little bit tired since it's the end of the day almost. Fi had called everyone else back after I brought Alice to the infirmary. 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke.
そんな、どうして？アリスは一体どうなっちゃうの？
さっきも言いましたが、治療する方法はたった一つしかありません。ラジカル6に効き目のある抗ウイルス薬。それを投与することです。ただし、ここにそんなものが存在するのかどうかは、まだ。
やだよ。やだよ。アリス、死んじゃ嫌だ。お願い。
alone. It's kind of weird to me because Clover's like hearing from Alice about the past with Clover and Alice. Because Alice said that she trained Clover basically and recruited her into that government organization, whatever that was called. I want to call it the CIA, but then it's like they didn't call it the CIA, they just called it some weird other acronym, which is weird to me in this particular game. But yeah, essentially their government organization is like they recruited Clover because she had associations with Alice's mission. And so I don't see how Clover is that close to Alice, but for sure it makes sense that Clover is very deeply connected with Alice because of the fact that she's... The fact that Clover spotted Alice when she got out of some place that was really tough on her anyways. Clover wrapped her arms around Alice's unconscious body and began to sob. None of us had the heart to pull her off, so all we could do was just stand there and watch uncomfortably. Time to vote. 15 minutes?
アンビ
10.
デックスゲーム投票の締め切りまで残り10分です。
Yeah, 10 minutes, yeah. I was expecting that much. I didn't think it would take only like no, how many minutes? 35. Yeah, it took 35 minutes to get to this point. It's kind of weird though. 35 minutes not in real time, but I mean in game time technically.
プレイヤーは速やかに投票を済ませてください。所定の時刻までに投票を行わなかった場合、未投票者の選択は強力に設定されます。
おい、そろそろ倉庫に行かないとまずいんじゃないのか。
This guy wanted to vote betray, I bet. Bet on it. This guy's gonna vote betray, whoever he pairs up against. What about Alice and Quark?
とりあえず置いていくしかないだろ。
やだよ、私は絶対に嫌。
Clover.
だったら私もここに残る。アリスを置いていくなんて、そんなことできるわけないじゃん。
よつばさん、大丈夫ですよ。アリスさんにはすでにマンドレインを投与しています。ですからクオーク君と同じようにしばらくの間は。
Wait, I thought that we only had one Soparol medicine. So does this branch just randomly have more Soparol, I guess, than it was before, I guess?
そんなの関係ないよ。私はただアリスのそばにいたいだけなの。だからどうしても。
仕方ねえな。好きにさせてやれ。
なるほどな。ディオと天明寺。次の AB ゲームでこの二人の対戦相手になるのは四つ葉だ。
Oh, that's true, isn't it?
その四つ葉が投票を棄権すれば、今のアナウンスにもあった通り、彼女の選択は自動的に強力に設定される。
Yeah.
したがって、ディオにとっては好都合なわけだ。四つ葉がここに留まってくれた方が。
Yeah, that means he gets to... Actually, no, he can't leave because he's still 1 point behind from the 9 that he's looking for, so he never got to betray anyways.
何を言ってるんだお前。
It's kind of obvious, Dio. Shut the hell up.
俺が裏切りを選ぶとでも言うのか？
Yes.
そうだ。
Everyone does expect you to betray because you're the only guy who seems to be that scummy.
違うのか？
違う。俺は絶対に協力を選ぶよ。
Ah, it doesn't matter. We'll see eventually, and it'll always become betray anyways.
第一、俺が入ることになる AB ルームの中には天明寺もいるんだぜ。あいつを差し置いて勝手に投票することなんてできないだろ。
Yeah. Pretend all you want.
なあ、天明寺。
いや、わしは AB ルームには入らん。四つ葉と同じじゃ。
Yeah, because they're both worried about their specific designated related people.
わしもクオークを置いていくことなどできんからな。
おいおい、何を言い出すんだ天明寺まで。
I mean, what's the point of going in if you're gonna end up not needing to vote because the other party is not gonna really stop you or make you lose points?
猿芝居はやめておけ、ディオ。そもそもさっきの発言は。 それを見越した上でのものだったんだろう。
バカな。なんでそんなに俺のことを疑うんだ。
だったらディオさんも一緒にここに残ったらどうでしょうか。
Yeah, that means that whole party's not voting. They would be punished, basically.
四つ葉さん、天明寺さん、ディオさん、3人全員が投票を棄権すれば丸く収まると思うんですが。
おや、ルナさんはご存知ないのですか？
何をですか？
Oh, okay, cool. It means that the K's group probably has the note that talked about how, like, if that particular 3 individuals don't vote, those 3 individuals will be punished entirely for not voting.
これです。このメモのことです。
No, it's a different note, yes.
あ？なんだよそいつは。
And this is Deal's fault still.
私たち3人が訪れた場所、
Deal, you're a...
資料室にあったものです。
Deal, you're a piece of turd. I'm sorry. I gotta keep saying it because this guy has no remorse.
そんなもんビオトープにはなかったぞ。
私たちが探索した部屋、制御室にもありませんでした。
Oh.
そうですか。するとこのメモは資料室にしか置いてなかったということになりますね。
What does it say?
シグマさん、読んでみてください。
I mean, I already read it before, but essentially the cliff notes, the quick summary of this, is that if you don't vote as your 3-party member, like if none of your team votes, you get punished. So at least one person from the party, from either side, needs to at least vote. Ally or betray, whatever it is. I took the note from him and, still slightly confused, began to read. Here are some maybe real games for you. Not voting is not an option. If both parties refuse to vote, then everybody gets penalized. Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know who everybody is. Are you saying that everybody, as in all 9 of us, or everybody in that 3, or in that particular party, in those 2 particular parties, gets punished? But it's kind of vague because English is very vague in the sense of that. I mean, I don't like the fact that... I don't know if the fact is that, like, the translators didn't realize that they chose the wrong quote to say everybody, or that the original text did say everybody. Then that would make sense. But I haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen that penalty thing happen before, so we'll not know until then. In other words, one person in every party has to vote. Yeah.
要するに、先ほどチームを組んだメンバー、その3人全員が投票を棄権することはできないということです。
では K の参加は決まりということになるな。パートナーのクオークおよび対戦相手のアリスはあんな状態だしな。
待ってくれ。 K の現在の BP は6。一方その対戦相手であるところのアリスは未投票のために協力が確定してるわけだから。
Yeah, that's true. I just realized because he's the only guy. It's only him and my group that are like the closest to leaving, and K definitely could just easily take advantage of this because he literally has 2 of his partners dead, or not dead, but gone in the myths of it all. So if Deal's very pissed out about it, you got no choice. You gotta just either trust K or just, I don't know, something.
おいおい、K が次のラウンドで裏切りを選んだら、
Yeah.
BP が9になっちまうじゃねえか。
Yeah.
大丈夫ですよ。私は必ず協力を選びます。
No, I'm sorry, K. I don't trust your ass either.
なもん信用できるわけねえだろうが。
やれやれ。ディオさん、よく考えてみてください。アリスさんの今の BP は1なんですよ。私が裏切りに投票したらどうなります？
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, she's gonna be already gone anyways by the point she's like already knocked out, so she's gonna die in the middle of her sleep anyways.
BP が0以下になった人にはルール違反を犯した時と同じようにペナルティが課せられるんだうさ。
私は誰かを殺してまで脱出したいとは思いません。
I'm sorry, it has happened before, Kay. That's why I'm also like I'm not being serious about the fact that like, you know, Alice must die kind of thing. It's just I'm being pessimistic because I already know that it's happened before to me as a character. Sigma has died everyone literally got killed in like the third playthrough of the area of the game, where everyone like literally like either got stabbed or got killed by the random ass things that happens. But like in the case of this one, it's just like it's kind of clear as day that Kay is not to be trusted, considering that he's done it before in another branch where he escaped and took whatever path he took to leave, I guess.
絶対に協力を選びます。
Yeah, whatever. I don't think you will.
というか、選ばざるを得ないのです。今のこの状況では。
Come on, let's vote. 5 minutes.
投票の締め切りまで残り5分です。
5 minutes, I know. Let's go.
とにかく時間がない。こうしよう。四つ葉、お前がわしらのチームの代表として投票してくるんじゃ。
代表ってなんだよ。
教えてほしいか。こういうことじゃよ。
I'd never seen someone move that fast before, let alone someone as old as Tenmyoji. In the blink of an eye, he covered the few feet between himself and Dio, and slammed a closed fist into the other man's chest. Wait, he knocked him out? Dio fell to his knees, wheezing for air. Tenmyoji waited for a half second to make sure he was down, then turned to look at Clover.
さあ、今のうちに早く行くんじゃ四つ葉。
でも。
お前さんは今 K と同じ立場にある。
Why don't you just... Tenmyoji, why don't you just smack Dio to death? Jesus. Because Dio's not gonna stop until he gets back up.
わしの BP もアリスと同じように1じゃからな。
なるほど。天明寺が危険を表明している以上、四つ葉は協力を選ばざるを得ないってわけか。
But why? Like, Clover's not gonna die.
あるいはわしを殺すという選択肢もないことはないが。
それって私に命を預けたってこと？
ああ、そういうことになるかの。ほら、何をグズグズしておる。さっさといかんか。アリスのことなら心配はいらん。わしがしっかりと見ておく。じゃから。それともまだわしのことを信頼できんかね？
そんなことないよ。今はもう信じてる。
1 minute.
投票の締め切りまで残り3分です。
Are we fast enough to just literally get this going? I don't know why.
行こう、四つ葉。
四つ葉さん、早く。
Wait, they're just calling they're telling Clover to just go.
わかったよ。それじゃあアリスのこと頼んだからね。
ああ、任せておけ。
It's fine. Everyone's gone anyways by the end of this freaking branch of the path. Literally, our endings are not that far off, so it's like it's already almost over anyways, unfortunately. That seemed to finally satisfy her, and we were off. We ran as fast as we could, leaped through the doors, and tear through the rooms on our own way back to the warehouse. Alright, back to the warehouse. Quickly as possible. I get it. Everybody ready? You've all got your moon card, right?
大丈夫です。
Good. Then let's go. Bing, bing, bing. And one door is not open because Dio and Tenmyoji doesn't make it. Wait, so does that mean that Clover's gonna use that? I guess the open door. I guess 4 AB gate yawns open. 4 AB gates yawn open as we swipe the card. Our cards. The 5th one, the one Dio had opened, stayed empty. The 6th, which would have been Alice's, remains unopened. Oh, I see. Kay and Clover quickly entered the room, the second and third from the right, and Luna and I headed down towards our own.
なあ、ちょっと待ってくれ。
What now? What is it?
お前ら、協力を選んでくれるんだろうな。
No, I'm not, because I'm gonna try to get to the worst ending first and then choose ally. Yeah, why do you ask?
もちろんです。
約束できるか？
Sure. I promise.
絶対だぞ。
Cross my heart.
裏切ったらただじゃ湧かないからな。
I bet that Sigma in this scenario would be like, he does the two finger thing, like he twists his finger to like promise not to actually trust trust the heart. Don't sweat it. I'm a man of my words. He is not the man of his words, I'm sorry. Not in this particular path. The next one, yes. Five frowned but said nothing, and disappeared into her own AB room, the second from the left. Luna and I nodded to one another and headed to the last one, leftmost room. Okay, no dead body. It's interesting we don't see the dead old lady ever in this one, but it's whatever. I mean, it's already painful enough to have Alice be an extra body to do the Radical 6 with.
投票の締め切りまで残り1分です。
But it's what it is, I guess. I mean, each path seems to be very specific to a scenario that's kind of like very problematic. So like this one with playthrough 1 and 4 seems to be focused on Alice and Quark and Radical 6, while the second playthrough, which is the middle section of the rows, are dealing with Dio or like the betrayal of the stuff. But Radical 6 is kind of like a mixture of some other problems. And then the playthrough number 3 is the mystery of like who's doing what, like who's the killer of sorts, like a real full mystery game kind of thing. And then of course this path also talks about Bomb, which I forgot to mention.
シグマさん、どうするんですか？
Well, I don't know. I don't have a choice, do I? I promised. I said I'd choose ally.
ですが、ファイさんの BP は6ですよ。もしもファイさんが裏切りに投票したら。
Yeah, she'll have 9 points. I know.
そういうことです。
I mean, that's what I was thinking too. I also have 6 points, and I could get 9 from this. What do you think we should do, Luna?
私はシグマさんにお任せします。どっちにしろ私にとっては同じですから。
Yeah, because even if we choose betray and she gets the 3 points, if she does, she wouldn't be able to get out anyways. And if we choose ally and we get betrayed, she loses points, but it's not that much, honestly. It's like it just takes her back to like the 3 points that she had at the start. So it's like it's not gonna kill her much on that. What? Nani?
シグマさんの現在の BP もファイさんと同じく6ですよね。ですからこちらが裏切りを選び、ファイさんが協力を選んだとしたら。
Then I would have 9 points.
ええ、なのでいずれにせよどちらかの BP が目標値に達してしまう可能性があるという意味で私にとっては同じなのです。
I don't know what that's gonna do for you, but okay.
投票の締め切りまで残り20秒です。
I mean, I'm doing both options anyways, give or take, so it doesn't really matter what we end up choosing, because the feeling of tension choosing something doesn't really make me feel too tense, because I already know what to expect, sort of, so...
さあ、シグマさん、時間がありません。選んでください。
Are you sure this is okay with you?
はい。
Alright. I turn to face the machine.
投票の締め切りまで残り10秒です。
What am I going to choose?
9、8、7、
Ally or betray?
6、5、4。
It is kind of tense, even though I already know what I'm choosing anyways, because we're choosing both anyways. This is impossible.
3、2、
Ichi.
1。
Goodbye. Goodbye, cruel world. I mean, it ends pretty quickly, relatively. It's just novel
アンビデ
ending.
ックス
Done.
ゲーム第2ラウンド終了。
The surprise for me will probably be what kind of ending
結
this
果は
is.
倉庫内のディスプレイに表示されます。 お疲れ様でした。アンビデックスゲートを開放します。
I mean, whatever it is, I mean, I know the ending is there, so it's not gonna matter to me as much. Luna and I stepped out of their AB room a little later than the others. Yeah, we're on the right side. It's interesting that everything on the right is always betray, and everything else on the left is ally, which is interesting to me. They were already gathered in front of the projection, awaiting the announcement of the results.
シグマさん、裏切りを選んだんですね。
Well, I have a bad feeling that Fi is gonna choose betray just as much, so...
アイさんが裏切りを選ぶかもしれない。そう思ったんですか？
That's a good question. I'm honestly not sure myself why I did it. I don't even know why I did it, but I did it.
とにかく結果を見に行きましょう。
I did it because I know the ending
ケイ
is
さんと
there.
四つ葉さんがどちらに投票したのかも気になりますし。
Yeah, let's see what happens to the other votes. Right, so will this. Let's go then. Yeah, I want to see what the result is.
アンビデックスゲーム第2ラウンドの結果を発表します。
I think the reason why it's going to end quickly is because K probably got all 9 points he needs and he gets out. Or the bomb explodes as soon as we finish figuring out which one we get.
一度画面にご注目ください。
Like the bomb goes off on its own or something. Like there's no way I will know what kind of ending we get until the thing shows up, I guess. What do we got? Ally, ally? Okay. Ally, ally. Betray, betray. No ally? Woo! I'm getting out, bro. Okay, wait. I want to see the numbers here. So it's ally, ally. So the ones voting in Tenmyoji's place is Clover, right? So Dio didn't get to go in there to betray. So that means, yeah, they're safe. Quark. So K definitely did actually stick with ally. Wow. Can't believe it. I thought K would actually choose betray to just get out, just like I did. But holy heck, I chose betray. And we got the full 9 points for the first time ever. I get out, bruh.
結果は以上のように確定しました。
Peace out. Peace out.
各自バングルの数字をご確認ください。
This is hilarious to me because we're finally getting out. This is the first time I've ever seen this.
やってくれたな、シグマ。
Well, you know what's funny too? It's kind of ironic because Fi suggested that the idiot who chose ally would get this uncomfortable feeling of betray, and it happened. It happened before. It literally happened in our first choice, our first playthrough choice. She told me to do betray, and I came back around and I chose betray. Literally, she invited this thought in the bubble of the characters, and it makes sense that it plays out again because she herself did this to us in general.
約束したのに。
I had nothing to say. She was right. I'd broken a promise.
なぜ裏切りを？
I wish I had a choice to say what it is, but unfortunately they won't let me have
な
it.
るほど。だんまりか。
Alright, goodbye.
見損なってよ、シグマ。お前がそんな奴だとは思わなかった。いいか、シグマ。よく覚えておけ。
How? How is that not a smart move? It means that we can to leave.
私はこの屈辱を決して忘れない。
Forget where?
い
How?
つか必ず、お前に制裁を下す。エーラプサムセメルオッカシオネム。ノエイプセポテストユピテルレプレヘンデレ。
Oh, she's speaking Latin to me now. What's that?
ラテン語の格言だ。
Uh-huh. What does it even mean?
一度過ぎ去ってしまった機会は、ユピテルでさえも取り戻すことはできない。ユピテルはローマ神話の主神、神々の頂点に君臨する。全知全能の存在のことだ。その全てを可能にするユピテルでさえも、失った機会を取り戻すことはできないと言っている。お前は過ちを犯した。
I know I did. I mean, that's the point.
それをやり直すチャンスはもう二度と訪れないだろう。
Mm-hmm. I turned away from Fi. I couldn't stand to look at her anymore. In front of me were Kay and Clover. Their eyes bored into me with cold disapproval, and I looked away. They'd both chosen ally as promised. The only person who'd betray anyone was me. The only person with 9 BP was me. Little wonder I wasn't very popular.
どちらに行かれるおつもりで？
まさか9の扉を開くつもりじゃないよね。
What else will I do, man? I don't know what you guys thinking. My character has to end somewhere in time where we get to get out. For a moment, I considered the unthinkable. Could I break through them and reach the door? Once I was through, I'd be out of this game and free from their judgment. But no, I couldn't do that. How could I possibly justify leaving them all behind so I could escape on my own? Why had I chosen betray? In my memory, it seems like an almost flippant choice, as if I'd just been curious to see what would happen. If betrayal was what I wanted, I should have made that choice with commitment. But there I was, and I couldn't turn back. Even if I didn't try to open the 9 door, they would all be suspicious of anything I did. Trust is easy to break and hard to repair. Unless I could somehow turn back the clock, I was stuck with the consequences of my own actions. I mean, if this plays a role into another choice that I make at the later stage, I wouldn't be surprised, because I feel like that had happened somewhat at the beginning of this 4th playthrough, when we were rewinding back up to the very top of this almost, with the first choice of Betray an Ally. And it was a flip over of what happened at the earlier time when we did it. So it's kind of interesting to see how different it could be with this part, but I don't think it would be that far different, unfortunately.
一度過ぎ去ってしまった機会はユピテルでさえも取り戻すことはできない。
How could I do something that was beyond the reach of a god? Why hadn't I chosen ally? What would have been happening to me right now? What would be happening to me right now? What if? What if? What if? Then Phi spoke and I blinked.
シグマ、安全のためだ。このまま BP が9であるお前を野放しにしておくわけにはいかない。悪いがしばらく眠っててもらうぞ。
Oh, they're gonna knock me out.
いいな。
Huh? They're gonna knock me out, isn't it? I started to turn around, and it was already too late. I felt a heavy hand slapped into the back of my neck. Who the hell hit me, though? And then everything went dark. Game over. That's so random, though. You can't just, like, let Sigma have his own victory for once, you know? Like, everybody else had their victory lap. Oh, yeah, now I'm overwriting the second playthrough, because that's where I was at. Like, everyone had their own victory. Why the hell can't I get my own victory, you know? Why? Why can't I get my own victory for Sigma, man? Sigma literally had his chance for once, you know? Alright, let me go through this and skip through it. I mean, we're already out of time anyways. I'm gonna blast through this at least. Yeah, we already know what's gonna go down. Okay, I'm gonna quickly get through this. Skip through this now. Yeah. Wait, what was that? Wait, what was that? I just saw some new things out of that one. I don't know what the heck. I saw something. It was weird. I think that was a flashback of what we did for Betray, I think. Alright, we chose Ally anyways. But we'll see the results of this in the next episode.
アンビデックスゲーム第2ラウンド終了。
Alright, let me see what the log said. Yeah, this is what I see. Oh, so that's gonna affect her choice here, isn't it? But I already kind of knew that she was gonna betray me at this part and leave. That's what I think is gonna happen here. I think that's what's gonna happen in this particular part. Is she's gonna betray us. Once we get out, she'll betray us. And then she'll leave, and that would be her ending, which is kind of dumb. I already knew this was coming, and a part of me kind of felt that way. But it was kind of dumb that they closed it off at that other part of the branch of this fourth
結果
playthrough.
は倉庫内のディスオ
Okay,
アン
I already know. We already know. We just want to get out, anyways. I want to get out in general. Okay. Loon and I step out of the AB room a little later than the others. All right. I will stop here. Yeah, we're at 40 minutes now, unfortunately. And this will be it for me in this episode. And it's pretty dark, so it's getting... because it's cloudy out there right now. So it's getting dark, and I want to just close it out. I mean, this is pretty much my last episode for the weekend to record, or the last session of this particular session of the game. But I'll leave the results to myself in the future, in the next episode, in the future. We're going to see how this is going to end, and it seems like we already opened up whatever this path is, apparently. That's interesting. This is a locked... Oh, how do we stop Phi? We don't stop Phi. Phi just stops us. I see. So if we didn't get this, we wouldn't be able to open this, I think. That's probably what happened. Yeah, that's probably why it wouldn't have unlocked this for us. Okay, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This will be it for me in this episode. Thank you guys for watching. And then I'll see you guys in the next episode or another video. Hope you guys have a great, amazing day, good night, or whenever you're watching this. Next episode, I'm excited to see how bad this is going to end for my character. Sigma, my boy. My boy's going to be dead, probably, and gone. And, yeah, we'll just see Phi escape the place and let us all blow up to smithereens with whatever bombs was left behind. Other than that, that's it for this episode. Roz, out.